Okay, so we are in the final project, week 6, final project with of Java. We're doing the card game called War. We are supposed to create a class called card, one called deck, one called player, and our application. In our application, we're going to instantiate our card. We're going to create the 2 players, and we're going to shuffle our deck. Instantiate our deck, I apologize. Then we're going to do for every we're going to draw a card, and here is where we have the draw method. So we're going to go draw a card, and we're going to give to each player. So now we're going to flip our card. So we're going to print in a round 1. We flip our card, and then we wrote the player name, and then drew, and then we're going to describe, which we have in our card. We have the describe method here. So we just say that this card is worth, and then the value, and then points. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to check if the value of the card for the the player 1 is bigger than the value of the player 2, then we're going to print that the player wins. We're gonna print it here. So if this one is bigger, then the player 1 wins. If not, we're gonna check if the card that we drew for the player 2 is bigger than the first player. Then we're gonna say that the player 2 wins. If they're a tie, if they're the same cards, then there's no point. It's a tie. And then here we're gonna print the score. I'm gonna print the name, and then we're gonna put the score, and then we're gonna go get the score, which the score is in player. So we go and we get the score here. And then we're gonna do that 26 times. We have 26 rounds. And then at the end of this 26 rounds, we're going to compare the total score from player 1 against player 2. If the player 1 is bigger, then we're going to print that the player wins the game. If not, we're going to ask if the score for the player 2 is bigger than the score for the player 1. If that's so, then player 2 wins the game. If not, that means that they tie. So we write it's a tie and nobody wins. In this case, it was a tie, so nobody won. But we can run it again, and we have that it wins, which is player 2. And here are all our rounds. Who's winning, what they drew, who won, and the points. And that is it for this week.